Every year, thousands of truck drivers and trucking companies get ready for one of the largest enforcement events in North America, the CVSA International Roadcheck, also known as Blitz Week.
And we are underway!
So let's dive in and break down when it's happening, what Blitz Week is, what the enforcement areas are, and also what shippers can do to prepare in the event of a delay. So what is Blitz Week? Well, this is the largest in a series of targeted enforcement areas that the CVSA, or the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance, puts out to try to ensure our nation's roadways remain safe. It's gained the notoriety of Blitz Week because of its large enforcement activity. We can reasonably expect that every reserve officer and every DOT enforcement officer will be on the road at that time. This year, it occurs from May 13th through the 15th. Formally, it's about a 72-hour window when we are expecting that large targeted enforcement. But states are allowed to freestyle a little bit, and some states like to get more creative than others. So we can reasonably expect increased enforcement efforts starting about 3 days beforehand and going all the way to 3 days after that May 13th to 15th window. Since its inception in 1988, over 1.8 million inspections have occurred. This year's focus area for the vehicle relates to tires. One of the funnier misconceptions about Blitz Week is drivers have this belief that inspectors are going over trucks with a fine-tooth comb to find everything. What we see from the data is most of the violations that place trucks out of service are very superficial, surface-level items. One being the tires. So for tires, we're really just looking at the condition of the tire overall. Is there notable damage? Do we have legal tread depth on all of our tires? Are they fully inflated, or are we trying to run on flat or underinflated tires? For our shippers, it's important to know that during this week, flexibility is going to be key. Having extra enforcement on the roads and an increased volume of level 1 and level 4 inspections may result in increased times to arrive to the destination. For a level 1 inspection, it's very common for that inspection to take an additional 2 hours, and that's 2 hours out of the day that driver is going to be losing drive time to try to get to you efficiently. So I'm a firm believer in learning from the past, and we can use some statistics from last year's road check to prepare us for success for this year's. So during the 2024 International Road Check, almost 49,000 inspections were conducted across all of North America. The overall vehicle out of service rate in 2024 was 23%, and the out of service rate for drivers was 4.8%. The top out of service violation received on a roadside was related to service brakes, which makes perfect sense because last year's focus was on the brakes. This accounted for 25% of all out of service vehicle violations. So how can we prepare for success during this year's Blitz Week? Well, for our shippers, communication and flexibility is absolutely vital. Reach out to your transportation provider if you have any questions or if you have any concerns. Please be understanding that there may be delays due to the increased enforcement activity that's occurring on our roadways during this time. If you're able to ship either a week before or a week after Blitz Week, that's always a really simple solution to overcoming these potential shipping delays. And if you have any questions, click the link in the description below, and we'd be happy to help you with whatever questions you have.